It's a rainy Saturday on Your View. Good morning and thanks for joining us this very, very beautiful morning. I am Veronica Dan Ikboye. I have my co-hosts here. I have Dami joining us this morning, as well as Toby.
Good morning.
Morning, ladies.
Good morning.
You guys are looking bright and beautiful this morning.
You too.
We missed you last week and 2 weeks ago.
Yes. Last upper week, I had to be at my friend's engagement in Ibadan. It was unavoidable. But last week, food poisoning showed me pepe.
Oh my goodness.
I went to eat seafood okra.
Oh.
Only for my tummy to start rumbling about 1 a.m.
You couldn't manage it.
I could not. I could not. In fact, I had to go to the hospital at about 7 because I was feeling dehydrated. I didn't know what it was. I was just losing my intestines were. It was as though someone was tying them together. Anyway, you know, but
Sorry,
yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah.
you're fine now, and that's why you're here. Good.
Right.
So how was your week?
Fine. It was productive. It was quite productive. You know, I was able to do everything on my to-do list. And usually when I get to, check all those things that I need to do, I feel productive.
You give yourself a treat.
Yeah, I feel better.
Right.
So, yeah,
Toby,
it's been a good week.
how are ya?
I'm fine. Good to see you. Oh, well, my week was beautiful. It was restful, really, and then we had orders. So my business is selling shea butter in strawberry, vanilla, minty, and native variants. So we had orders, and we had to ship some to the UK, and it was a busy week.
Share the money.
Oh my!
International businesswoman.
It was productive, restful, because I didn't have to be involved actively. It was this type of week. I want it every time.
All the time.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to rant this morning, especially for those who want to hire persons like moderators, compare, and all of that, and feel that they are not as important as every other element in their program. And they come with this notion like, when I call, for instance, if I call Toby, she would do it for me for free. So why are you not doing it for me for free and all of it? I think it's not right when we play such cards with people. If you know that this person can deliver with regards to, okay, you saw them, that is why you called on them to do something. Someone did that to me this week. And I feel I should put it out there, that as much as you feel you have a relationship with someone, now I knew you through a close relative, and you are thinking that, okay, if it was me, I would have done it for you for free, and all of that. And this person, okay, she expected me to co-compare with someone, and then she goes, this other person that we are calling, who is supposed to be an actor, so to speak, and is well-known, is going to do it for me for free. So I'm blah, and is doing it for me for free. Why are you not doing it for me for free? This, we are not the same. And I'm like, that's being manipulative.
Very.
That is wrong.
Please
I don't
increase
think
the
it's
volume.
right for you to do that. If you want someone to do something for you, it is because of their expertise. That is why you're calling them.
Absolutely.
Pay them for it. Even if we are related, pay them for it.
Yes.
Exactly.
It is left for me to say, you know what? I don't want to pay you. I'm letting it go and all of that. It's fine. Let that come from me. But if
but
you
don't
are
impose
demanding
it.
for my expertise,
Yes.
you should pay.
So there's an Instagram audio that I need to send to you. It was viral about like 2 weeks ago. Like, you think I put in all this work to give you discounts? You think I, upgraded my skills
Yes.
to do it for you for free? Pay my price.
Right.
I think family and friends tend to take advantage of the fact that they
Actually, we are not
familiar
family.
with you.
We are not.
Friends or maybe
Right. Anyway, we need to go on a quick break. When we return, we'll look through the newspaper headlines. Just stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
All right, thank you for staying with us. It's time now for us to look through the newspaper headlines, and I will begin with the Nation newspaper. The major headline here says, Court voids nominations of Labour Party's only governor-elect, others. And some writers here, OT sues for Kamsa's inauguration unaffected. Abia PDP weighs options as Labour Party accuses it of instigating judgment. Court lifts suspension order on Aburi, other officers. And we hear that there is an update with regards to this story, that the court said there was no ruling such as this. Anyway, we go to another story now. Tributes as FCMB founder Shubomi Balogun dies at 89. And then presidential election petitions court rules Monday on Obi Atiku's request for televising of proceedings. EFCC chairman Bawa demanded a $2 million bribe from me. Governor Matawale speaking. Commission no more back and forth with Zamfara governor. NDDC chair MD fight dirty at Senate over alleged corruption. Right, we have a story here, and that has to do with, it's an inside story talking about Seun Kuti, whose his tour is supposed to begin today, actually. But he is in custody, and recent updates, we were speaking with one of his persons yesterday, and it was reported that the police got 4 days more to keep him in custody. As against the initial 2 days because of the investigations that the police say they are carrying out. And the members of his team are saying that the police went behind the lawyers to get...
For that search that they did?
Yeah, to get these 4 days extra that he now has to stay in custody for. And it's quite a sad one for him because this tour is one of the longest he's going to have in his career because it will begin from May till sometime in August, and he will be traveling across the world. Unfortunately, he is in custody.
So the lawyers are actually saying that the police are disobeying a court order, by just like you said, by withholding the artist case. So they're saying that the case should be transferred to, I think, the Director of Prosecutions in Lagos, so it can be properly evaluated and for him to actually be charged if it's needed. So I think my own opinion is that I think there's some kind of vendetta because of how they've been going to search his house, check things.
I mean, the incident happened on the Third Mainland Bridge.
Third Mainland Bridge. So why
are you going to his house?
Yeah, it's as though they are looking for something
Evidence
to nail him some more. So let's just keep our fingers crossed and see how this unfolds. But it's really a sad story, although no one is really supporting what the artist has done by assaulting the police. But sometimes you do not want to. I think it should be handled properly. So it's so sad because it's like he played into their hands.
Right.
So that's how it's looking right now. But fingers crossed.
It's a matter of scapegoatism right now.
The way it's looking. So.
Right. Any other story here on the front page of the Nation newspaper?
Okay, for the Nation's newspaper, I think I saw a story on on page 11 about the attack in Nasarawa, how one of the women whose husband was killed, actually the headline says, how headsmen killed my husband, 2 kids, turned me into a childless widow.
Wow.
It must be really, really difficult for her right now because she's not exactly a young woman, and she has lived with her husband for so many years with her children, and she was not even around when the attack happened. She had gone to Port Harcourt to do business. When you leave your house, you expect that you come back home to meet your family, and then you come back. She hasn't even returned, only for her to hear that her husband and kids have been shot dead.
Unfortunate.
It's so unfortunate and so painful.
To the matter of insecurity in the country. Yeah. Unfortunately. We quickly have to move now to Saturday Punch. And the major story here says federal government outgoing governors in last minute 3.7 trillion naira contract bazaar appointments spree. And some riders, multi-trillion naira contracts awarded by federal government between March the 20th and May the 14th. Incoming administration to face cash crunch, serious challenges, CSOs are speaking. And some other stories, interesting stories here, on the Nigerian entertainers who have broken world records. You see the likes of Kafi there as well. And then we see another story here. Graduate job seeker battles age limits, turn Okada riders. And then another story here. We enjoyed life education in Sudan before the war. Returnees are speaking. And another story here. I'll soon be appreciated for saving Labour Party. Apapa, one of the factions of Labour Party speaking. And then to the top corner of the paper, you see President, wife, son spent over 250 days abroad for treatment. Tinubu family need not go abroad again for health care. Aisha Buhari speaking. Buhari Gbajabiamila Ogumon as Shubomi Balogun dies at 89. Who has what story here?
I have the Shubomi Balogun story, but not on...
It's still the same story.
Yes. So, Shubomi Balogun is was the founder of FCMB, and there's no way we'll talk about the history or the growth and development of the banking sector in Nigeria without mentioning his name. He played a really, really vital role in the progress of, ensuring that the banking system in Nigeria is what it is today. And we really commiserate with the families, well-wishers, people that knew him, people that benefited from him.
Exactly.
Because one of the things that most of the papers highlighted today was the fact that he had a lot of philanthropic deeds, right? Aside being an entrepreneur, he gave out a lot, gave scholarship schemes to people. And I think that that's the essence of life itself.
Yeah, I think he lived
such that,
life.
yes,
Yeah.
when we are made or in our process of being made, we are remembering others around us to impact their lives. So it was a good life he lived, honestly.
At the end of the day.
At the end of the day.
All right, so to just quickly touch on one other story here, we enjoyed life education in Sudan before the war. Those are the returnees, especially those who are students in Sudan that were brought back to Nigeria because of the crisis in Sudan. So they were talking about their experiences, how it is that some of the lecturers in Sudan do not go on strike, and even some of them had to reject, the admission given to them in Nigeria. They are hopeful that they will return back to Sudan to complete their education.
Wow.
That goes to tell you what the educational system is like. So they are just recounting that the system there works. And that should be a lesson for us as a country. I mean, in the last how many years, we have had several strikes. 9 months being at home.
Sad.
It's just bad. That is why a lot of persons are leaving the country in search of better systems of education. And I believe that our government, the incoming administration, because the outgoing government cannot do as much now. They're counting in days to leave. That incoming administration, who has promised that they will address matters of strike. That was what the president-elect said when he received his certificate of return. He was saying that he's going to address this matter of strike to ensure that 4 years is 4 years. And Nigerians are hopeful that it's what it's going to be. Because for you to get an admission and you are rejecting it because of what you have experienced, it goes to say a lot.
Yes,
absolutely. Right.
Absolutely.
For the record breakers, I just wanted to highlight, the resilience of, Nigerians. Just to say
kudos to them.
Kudos to them, you know, and also to Hilda Bassi.
Right. We need to quickly go on a break. When we return, we'll continue with the newspaper review. Just stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
All right, thank you for staying with us. We are still looking through the newspaper headlines, and this time around we are moving to the front page of Saturday Tribune. And the major story here says, Atiku tells court, INEC is fighting proxy war for Tinubu. Says Electoral Commission can't defend President-elect on drug dual citizenship allegations. And then to this other story that is quite a sad one. 125 given mass burial, 20,000 villagers displaced. That's talking about the Plateau killings. And this other story, Labour Party primaries illegal. Kano court declares, says Labour Party's votes in Abia, Kano, null and void. We hear that the court has said that there was no such ruling. And then another story at the top corner of the paper, 21 billion naira clinic opens in Aso Rock. Presidents won't travel abroad again for medical treatment. Aisha Buhari speaking. And my brother-in-law's wife used her soup pot to steal my husband's heart from me. A woman is telling the court there. Toby, you have a story here.
Yes, I have a story on page 9.
All right.
And basically on page 9, there's an entire page dedicated to Ask the Doctor. So people send in articles and a doctor tries to respond to those questions. And this one, there's one of the stories that says, is sleeping very important, right? So this person was saying that I'm a top executive in a law firm. Because of the nature of my job, I hardly sleep for up to 4 hours a day, and I'm fine, right? So the doctor now goes on to explain. And I think that in day-to-day Lagos, you know, people hardly sleep because they spend most time sometimes in traffic, and then by the time they get to the office, they get back home really tired and all that. They just want to sit down in front of maybe the TV and not sleep. And so this doctor is saying sleep is important, that over time, you may still be fine, but at some point, your body begins to shut down. So this is like an encouragement to ask
hard workers.
So the hard workers in the community, please try to get some rest.
Very
you know, we are advised to take an average of 8 hours sleep every day, but we do not. So let's try to consciously do this.
And then a doctor says that, you know, some people will say, I will catch up.
Yeah.
I'll take a day to catch up on all of that. It says it doesn't work that way. You have to get your sleep immediately.
As at when your body requests for it.
And that it's not something you can say, okay, because I didn't sleep for 2 days, I've accumulated, I'll take that up, and when I'm not going to work, I'll sleep, and then I'll be able to make up for lost time.
Okay.
No, that doesn't work.
So consistency, just continue doing it
Try
every
as much as
day.
possible.
Yes.
To take the needed rest. Okay, so I have 2 stories here. And one has to do with the 21 billion naira clinic opened in Aso Rock. That's the presidential wing of the State House Medical Center that was inaugurated by the president over the week. And Aisha Buhari, that's the wife of the president, is saying that she conceived this idea in 2017 when her husband took a break to go check himself abroad. And that right now that it is up and running, the incoming president and his family would not need to travel abroad to do medical check, because this hospital is available to them. Damola, why are you laughing? You're not allowing me talk. You're not allowing me talk.
Enjoying how you
I can read your mind. I can read your mind. I can read your mind. Why did they not set it up before they are leaving, Abi? And why didn't they? You know,
Veronica, you can't have access to her mind.
I'm seeing what her mind is saying.
She's looking at it like
me.
I was right.
I was just enjoying how you were, telling the story. It was about you. I was just enjoying, like.
But tell me your mind. Is that not what you're thinking?
Well, when I read the headline first, I was like, But the way you've, summarized it now, somehow it sounds like a good initiative. Like, okay, she came in, saw that this was missing, and then she decided to, ensure that, initiate it, that, okay, the next president does not have to go through what I went through. So we just, to me, I think
to save the country some money.
Yeah. So I think we should keep our fingers crossed.
Very important. We must highlight
exactly. So I think we should keep our fingers crossed that to see how things unfold. Let's not, be quick to judge, to, say, oh, this, that. So let's just wait and see. If they would really use it, if I haven't seen the picture of the 21 billion, is it naira or dollar hospital?
Billionaire.
Billionaire hospital. I haven't seen it, so I can't judge if it's up to par or not, but time will tell.
Absolutely, time will
always
tell.
have time, ways of telling things. So.
All right. There's this other story. That said, my brother-in-law's wife used her soup pot to steal my husband's heart from me. Now, this couple,
Very complicated.
this couple, about 32 years of marriage, and the husband took their matter to court and has said he's no longer interested. That his wife is naggy, she's aggressive, she's not caring, she's this and that. After 32 years, you just realized, well,
It happens.
then the wife now said that that's not the issue. The issue is this. Let's go to the real issue.
Okay.
My brother-in-law's wife always cooks a particular soup or cooks soup. And whenever my husband eats it, he will fight me. He will beat me. That's the situation. That is the issue. And I've said it several times that I do not like it when she brings this pot of soup to our house. It's causing problem.
So she's
That I want this marriage to stay. That she's not ready to divorce her husband.
Where will she start from? Truly, after 32 years,
When soup is causing problem.
I will not, don't collect the soup again.
Wait. Help me to understand the matter. The wife is accusing her husband's brother's
Wife.
Yeah.
So is she insinuating that her own husband wants to snatch his own brother's wife?
I don't know.
We
Yeah,
don't
if this
even
is
know.
your
But there's
interpretation
soup in the
now.
matter.
Help
There's
me.
soup in the matter. Somebody is eating
Soup is
soup
the
and
major
somebody...
Soup.
No, I think
The way to a man's heart, they say, is his stomach. And it's like the brother's wife understands the way to the
Veronica,
man's
what
heart.
has the man been eating for the past
32 years.
I don't
Big
understand.
question.
What
Very
has
good
he been
question.
eating? Which soup has he been eating?
He realized when he tasted his brother's wife's soup that this is different.
it's a very complicated matter. I think they need to dig deep or deeper into what is causing their wahala.
So she is saying that, but to be fair, whatever the issues are, if it is food and someone is saying your soup is causing problem in my home, don't bring it again. You should respect
Yes,
that.
very important. And I think that
You should
sometimes
respect that.
people try to overdo more than the owner of, when it is in a situation where you see something not working well in your brother's house, for instance, rather than call
take
the
it
wife,
upon yourself.
Exactly. Rather than call the wife to say, can I
Teach you,
suggest
yeah,
this or
or
something?
suggest
You
something.
then take it on like it's you that they brought to the house. For what? I just think that sometimes we should stop overdoing.
yeah.
It is not in your
And
place to
sometimes
cook.
because we don't really know the full story, it might actually be the woman's husband, that is the man's brother, telling his wife, telling his wife that, oh, you have to take food to my
Babako.
brother. You have to take food to my brother. He has not eaten. He's having issues with his marriage. So pack some food for him.
All right.
We can't really tell.
Women supporting
Anyway,
women.
this is not our. Let's quickly move on to the last paper now. And Saturday Vanguard, insecurity, the major story here. Insecurity kills 63,111 killed in Buhari's 8 years. A report is putting this together, and it says 27,311 persons killed in president's first term. 35,800 killed between 2019 and May 2023. 98,083 killed in 12 years. We won't allow Buhari's government spend $800 million loan. Reps are speaking. And then Plateau killings, 57 given mass burial, more than 100 killed in 2 days. And Hilda Basi, beauty, reign, and fame. All right, let me just quickly talk about the Plateau killings. So there's a village called Mangu village. The villagers woke up and they were attacked. It was at the middle of the night, and over 100 persons were said to have been killed in 2 days. And some persons had to flee the village, and they are still counting their losses as we speak. Yesterday, the village heads were trying to speak with the people, and we are here to get some official statement from security operatives with regards to this recent attacks. But it's just an unfortunate incident that happened, that a lot of persons lost their lives. There's been a mass burial for some of those that were killed already as we speak. Now, who has any other story here?
I had the Shubumi
Shubami
story,
story, but we
taking
have
it,
touched on
yes.
that. Then Hilda Bassi is here. She broke the record, cooking for 100 hours, and a lot of Nigerians are commending her for her efforts. 27 years old, a motivation for the youth.
Symbol of hope.
Yes, yes. And there are those who are ready
it.
to break the record already. Now, you hear a lot of persons saying,
Exactly.
what am I passionate about that
What
I
can
can, you know, break the record in?
First start
But then,
first.
that's the much you can take.
What record do you think of?
You said we were going on a break, right?
All right, let's go on a short break. When we return, we'll be looking at our hot topic for today. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
All right, thank you for staying with us. Now, an excerpt from a video has surfaced on the internet where Innocent Idibia, popularly known as Two-Faced, or Tubaba, said, quote, "I believe men are wired to sleep with other women even if they are married," end quote. And with his wife sitting right next to him, this statement has caused a lot of controversies online. Would like to hear your thoughts. Please join us or join the conversation and call us on 081-270-53687 or 091-390-76948. Or you can tweet at us at TVC Connect using the hashtag YourViewOnTVC. Saying what Two-Face said, it's quite irritating to me. I mean, he said that you can love a woman to bits, but men are wired.
What's the wire?
Wired to sleep with other women. And I'm wondering, what then is love? What do you call love? If you say you love your woman to bits, yet you are sleeping with other women. And then to make matters worse, another celebrity, talking about Daddy Freeze, comes out to put up a video saying that he's not saying it's okay, he's not saying it is right, but that it is noble. And I am asking the question, what is the difference between something not being right and something being noble? It's just semantics. You are saying the same thing. What are you talking about? Do you think Nigerians are daft, that they do not understand the statement you are making? What kind of image are you creating? Where are our values? These are the questions I'm asking. What, your wife is sitting right beside you, and you are making this kind of statements. That is the height of disrespect. Yes. As far as I'm concerned. Yes, there are those who are defending him, saying he's speaking his truth, he's saying the truth. Some people are hiding it, they are not saying the truth. So should he not say the truth and blah and stuff? What are we saying? Where is value for the person that is sitting beside you that you call your wife? If we flip the script, how would you feel?
How would he feel? Right.
Go ahead, Damilon.
Yeah, so for me, I believe this narrative of men are wired to cheat has to do with how the society has positioned the man to be the ultimate prize. So he's the man. He can do this. He can have access to as many women as he wants. But I, as a woman, cannot do that, even if I'm a drop-dead gorgeous body that everyone is, trying to, no, not everyone, let me be clear, that guys are trying to, say hello to me, trying to be my friend. So I, as a woman, I have to uphold my morals and not, philander around while the man is allowed to, do as he likes. I think the society has constantly groomed the girls for the boys to say, oh, this is how you behave in your husband.
This is your prized possession.
This is your king. This is this. You have to revere him. So anything
it is
he does,
not even kingly to act in that manner.
So I think we need to start talking about grooming the boys for the girls, not
need
just
to-
the girls for the boys every time.
You need to see Annie's face.
Yeah.
You know, she was
so
embarrassed and she went
distraught.
ahead to ask, are you speaking for yourself? Or you? And he went
that is
ahead,
what
that
you
was even when
believe.
he now said yes.
She was even trying to give him an escape
Like,
route.
think
like-
about this
like,
thing, I'm
yeah,
here.
yeah.
Think about this thing, I'm here. Know what to say. Don't embarrass us,
Yes.
or don't embarrass me. Think about what you're about to say. But he still
It's so
went
sad.
ahead to speak in that manner. And there are those who are saying perhaps he was high or something. But that he didn't look like he was high on anything. This was a statement he was making in having a conversation.
Yes, like I said.
And it was not just among, it was not among guys, because some people will say these are conversations that guys
have.
But it was among guys and ladies. It's worrisome.
Yeah, it's even bad enough that you are cheating. You know, something that you should be hiding to say, oh, because you know that you must not get caught. But the fact that you are now rubbing it in to say that this is how I am. So we should deal with your bad behavior and indiscipline, because that's how you are. Because there's some men who actually do not cheat. And it's not that they do not see women
They are not tempted to.
Exactly. In fact, the temptation these days, Vero, to be, even you as a girl, you would look and you would have to tell yourself, I'm straight. Let me not look. Because the temptations, the temptations are everywhere. So you just have to be disciplined as a man. You have to know what is at stake. There was a particular tweet that went viral one time about a particular guy that said, you know, he gave tips on how he tries to stay sane and faithful to his wife in the marriage. He said he doesn't have a password for his phone, so that he doesn't have anything to hide. So that, because he knows that his wife has access to that phone, so he would not, that alone, you know, tells him that he's not supposed to do something that would, you know, compromise her trust for him. And then he also said that he puts the picture of his family on his phone. So he sees them every time. He knows that this is what is at stake. If I mess up, I'm going to lose this thing. That is a man, I don't know if he was capping or if he was just trying to, you know, go viral or anything. But at least, you know, those were proven strategies that, you know, guys can always apply. You know, it begins with the mind. Once you determine that I'm not going to do this thing, then you would make conscious efforts to not do it. But if you have it in your mind that, oh, this is how I'm wired, it's just like the people that are always giving excuses for bad behavior. I'm Virgo, I'm Capricorn, this is how we are. This is how we It is not how you are.
Wiring? What is this?
You know what I think?
This wiring.
It's not how you're wired. You can actually make conscious efforts because someone's feelings.
You see?
It's at stake.
Yeah. I think that more often than not, this thing starts from little behaviors that were not checked. And so when it now becomes full-blown, everybody has known your character, you then begin to look for people to bring into your WhatsApp group, right?
It's the men that are justifying this matter that is an issue for another issue for me. Let me not say it's an issue. It's another issue for me, saying that men are naturally wired. Men are polygamous in nature. That's the word they always use. Men are polygamous in nature.
So women are what?
So, very good.
Women are
what are we really? What are we?
Which brings me back to that point I made about grooming the girls for the boys. You know, growing up, they've instilled in us that you have to have morals, these are the values that you need to live by.
With little attention paid to the boy child.
To the boy child. So we grew up with that mentality. But with the boys, nobody really checks to say that, oh, you must not hurt the feelings of your woman. These are the things that you can do. So some boys even witness their fathers cheat on their mothers. And their mothers still cope with
You say,
it.
it's because of you people I'm staying.
So a lot of these things, they are deeply rooted in society and how, you know, people have been living their lives.
We need to quickly go on a break. When we return, we'll continue this conversation. Just stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
All right, thank you for staying with us. We've been reacting to the matter of Two-Face, talking about the fact that he believes that men are wired to sleep with other women, even if they are married. And we want you to join the conversation. You can call us on 081-270-53687 or 091-390-76948. Or you can tweet at us at TVC Connect using the hashtag #YourViewOnTVC. I hear we have some comments coming in already today.
Yes, we have some comments on YouTube. Eddie A says, I do not agree with cheating, but this whole idea of women trying to be like men has to stop. Right? Corey Michael says...
What does he mean? Anyway.
Corey Michael says, ladies, please, where is the lie in what Tubaba said? He was just being truthful. The only thing is that he wouldn't have said it in front of Annie.
Right.
And that's another thing I was really concerned about. I'm like, your wife is just right there beside you, and you're saying all of these things. If I'm in that position, God, please, I beg you, I probably would think that, what does this guy take me for? Right? What does he take me for? There were cameras all around, so it wasn't like they were just having guy talk, you know. When guys are just talking, sometimes they tend to say all these things, but cameras were there, women were there, you know, and his wife
just hold the thought first. Let's receive Hassan's comment on this, calling from Lekki. Okay. Hassan, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Veronica. Good morning to other members.
Good morning.
Look, Two-Face Idibia is expressing himself. And he's expressing the kind of person he is. And the other person that subscribes to his own line of thinking is also expressing himself.
Okay.
Look, men are honorable men. And we have dishonorable men. And I'm very sorry to say it on here, there are people that toward that line are dishonorable men. If you want to get married, you want to add one more, add more. This extra domestic careering is not the best thing to do. Look at him, impregnating women, having people out of wedlock, accepting them, celebrating their birthday in his matrimonial home. What kind of a man is that? Look, men are not like that. Women deserve respect because we have sisters, we have mothers, we have daughters. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you very much.
That's a
go on with your line of thoughts because I want to say something. There's something there that I want to say. Go ahead, Dubi.
Let me make another point. I think that celebrities are people that people look up to generally. So the fact that he says that does not mean it is ideal. He's speaking his own reality. But you know how it is when celebrities just say some things and people just follow it and say, this, and then we now begin to look for excuses for our own bad behaviors when there are things that we would have handled before, right, and corrected.
But he knows how much this is hurting his wife. Is he not aware? Did you forget how she ranted years ago? Was it last year or 2 years ago? On social media, where a lot of persons had to wade in, where she was talking about his attitude, and how much it is affecting their relationship and her. I mean, she is sitting there right beside you. I can only imagine how many things she has to take with regards to this marriage with Two-Face.
But is it a do or die affair?
Yes, you know that some people are there. She loves him. Obviously, she was the preferred one. And then there's the matter of fame and fortune and all of that. And some people put that into consideration. If I leave him, how will I manage my life? Would I still remain as famous, relevant? And your mental health is at stake. Your children are seeing how it is taking a toll on you because she had to fall back on her children at the time. And I don't know what kind of legacy, what kind of morals you are passing down to your children. Are you saying that they can stay in situations like this and managed through. There are those who also say that I can change him, he will change in the course of our marriage and all of this. There's that aspect too. And there's the possibility of saying, I have had this conversation with him and perhaps over time, he will see things my way and to understand how it is affecting me.
Right. And there's also the narrative of, I love you so much. Every other person.
Obviously, love is not enough.
So, you know, the narrative of a man can love a woman but still cheats on her.
What is even this love that we are talking about? Let's define love. Perhaps we need to understand what love is really, because love is sacrifice. Love is an action word. You do not just mouth it and you are not acting it. But then you are being hypocritical.
But the meaning is also relative. That is what it means to you.
Yes.
To another woman,
you are very
the fact
correct.
that he respects me,
he provides for me.
He provides for me. He doesn't bring anyone.
This is not respect, though. Remember, this is not respect. What he just did is not respect, as far as I'm concerned.
Veronica, what she's trying to say is, I believe, is that the concept of love is relative. What I know as love may be different from what you know as love and what I grew up experiencing
as love.
So for I, it may be a situation
love is action, is a verb, as far as I'm concerned.
It's a verb, but the process, the actions that are relative. For somebody,
it's different.
Yes.
Very good. Okay.
So she may say, love for me is him not bringing them to our matrimonial home. He loves me enough
not to bring them to the house.
Not to bring them, but he can. That's for somebody. But for someone like you, Veronica, plus inside though, plus outside though,
I don't want to.
I don't want. That's love for you. So I think these terms are relative based on what we experienced growing up, based on, you know, a lot of factors.
There are some men that cheats accidentally.
Please explain that to me.
I didn't understand.
That to me because I don't understand that one. Okay, he just saw himself falling into
like no. Let me
allow her to go. No,
there's some situation. Okay.
Yes, paint the picture.
Please,
let me understand.
Let me paint a scenario.
Yes.
Okay, a guy and an attractive lady, they work together. They are co-workers in an office. You know, they've been friends. You know, sometimes you have, you know, cordial relationships with your
colleagues.
Yeah. You know that there's something there, but because you guys have been respecting boundaries, you've just been, you know, just managing it. So let's say something happens
you
to
travel
the guy.
together.
Or maybe something happens to the guy at work, is overwhelmed, and they say, oh, let's just sit and discuss this thing over a bottle of brandy or something. And then from there, so one thing leads to another. Moses gains
as it was leading, you were following.
No,
they did not tie rope to your leg. As it was leading, you were going. Wait, calm down. No, I am being realistic. No, referee, hands on first. No, as the thing was dragging you, you knew you were being dragged. You said earlier that you know there's something there.
Yeah.
You didn't caution yourself.
It was an overwhelming situation.
It's not overwhelming.
You don't have wife.
You should restrain yourself.
Was not available to him because sometimes we also need.
And then you want to fill in the gap.
We also need to talk about reasons why men cheat. Sometimes,
really?
Some men don't do it intentionally.
Tell me more.
They don't do it intentionally. They probably have domestic issues which actually push them out. I'm not.
And then you are looking for a place to find solace.
See, human beings, we always need somebody to rely on or support. You always need a support. You always need a support system.
Absolutely.
So if something is wrong at home, there's a possibility.
You'll find it somewhere else.
That's why, as a woman, I'm not saying that you should take responsibility for your man's
Are you saying the woman too does not need solace?
Well, the woman is busy with her children now. That's the solace now, Veronica.
Are you saying you do not know things that could have led to that point where the two of them are disconnected? The woman too might be playing away match while the guy too is
playing away match.
Playing La Liga.
Yeah, I'm just saying that.
In whose interest at the end of the day?
At the end of the day, it will be personal feelings, how I feel. Like we've been saying, my mental health. People's mental health should really be considered in everything that they do. So if the said man is finding peace or solace with the side chick and is happy and is able to function properly, maybe that is
We
his
had a
own
caller
place.
that said, why not marry the person? Why do you keep going outside?
Well, another situation is that, another situation is that because some people have experienced bad marriages, they do not want to commit, they do not want to do that level of commitment anymore. Yeah, and then because I think some men just find it, you know, I think it's exciting for them when, okay, the lady is still outside. You know, when you, I've seen situations where a man married the side chick, made her a wife, and still went to cheat again. Because you would have thought that.
How? What did you expect before?
No, I think when they feel that they have conquered this one, or maybe when see finish enters, just like you mentioned at that, when see finish enters, they start craving for something else. I don't know.
Something else.
Yeah, I'm not making excuses.
No,
but
you just did.
No, I'm not making excuses, but these are things that happen. These are realistic things that we need to discuss. So we need to actually discuss why men cheat.
I think we should discuss how people can handle their issues, because you just pointed out situations that lead people into cheating.
Yeah.
There are other ways they can handle those situations before thinking of, or without even cheating. There are lots of people who have had bad marriages and did not fall back to cheating. There was a way they handled it. Maybe look for a counselor, look for someone who can speak to both parties to say, okay, you guys, you need to look at how to resolve this. You have done this, you have done that. We must agree that both of us failed. And here we are to resolve this matter. Do we know the attendant effect of cheating? There are diseases out there from multiple partners. Are we also considering that, and the impact on the offspring of your home? Do we know the impact and what that opens you up to?
But then you also have to be mentally fit. I'm referring to people who have you know, issues in their marriages and have now gone to seek maybe the counselor or the therapy did not work for them, so they decided to, you know, seek solace in another,
in the arms of another person who can counsel them better. As it sounds. No, but that's what it is.
I'm not the point I wanted. But then, okay, I think I remember now. You know, the man's mental health has to be in place to be a father. To
The
be
woman. How about the woman?
No, I'm not talking about situations where, you know, the woman has done everything in her place to ensure that the marriage is peaceful, and the man still using the excuse of, this is how I'm wired to go on. I'm just talking about exceptions to these kind of situations.
We have comments, Toby.
Yes, on YouTube, we see two Nigerians say that man is correct to say that men evolved to be able to procreate with multiple partners. It's right there on a man's physiology. It took millions of years to manifest. And he goes on to say that these debates are often looking at one thing on an individual level instead of looking at it on a group evolutionary level. That's what you were trying to address. When couples have issues in marriage, Benedict says, how many times have you ever heard of a woman die premature? It's always the man, and yet you say that when there's an issue at home, the man should still have solace. That's from Benedict. Tunanja goes on to also say, just found out this year that women's bodies actually physically respond when their children cry. That blew my mind. Modern women are fighting something they don't understand at all.
That's
So it goes to show that some of the issues you mentioned, that the woman, maybe she's not doing what is necessary. She has a lot she's dealing with already. For instance, what Tunanja, you mentioned, has said, psychologically and mentally, she's already drained. Has to take care of the children, take care of the house chores, take care of so many issues on the home front. And so that is weighing on her. If the man is not being supportive, she might just snap one day because she's not getting the support she needs, or she's not getting the required rest that she needs. And so she begins to spark or snap. And sometimes she just needs a foot massage, or she just needs someone to take care of her, to just
baby girl,
to just understand with her.
I want to relax and be taken care of.
Of course. After going through all of this, everyone who is a mother, everyone who is a wife understands that. And so if the man is not, you know, understanding with the woman, you can begin to get some of these attitudes. Now, I'm not playing the devil's advocate here, but I'm just trying to say that these are the things that make some women snap and act in a certain way. You begin to ask, this is not the woman I married. And she is also saying, this is not the man I married. I expect you to support me. We have expectations of one another, like we were mentioning the other day. So if the man is not meeting up with his expectations, with her expectations, she might snap. So that is where conversations come in. What's going on? Where are we in our relationship? Why are we having this strain? Are we ready to have this conversation, to deal with the issues? Not everyone.
Then I also do feel like when we talk about polygamous, men are always looking out and all that and all that. I think that sometimes the way we're brought up plays a vital role.
Absolutely.
If a man or a young guy had seen his father maybe marry 5 wives and still had maybe children outside, and when it's time for holiday, they all come to the house, you know, eat together from the same plate, and they just have maybe ashoebi during Christmas.
Life has evolved from that. Life has evolved from that. Where people are polygamous and everybody is eating from one plate, it's difficult to get.
You'll be shocked.
I don't know if I can mention names now.
No, mention.
Regina Daniels' marriage looks like that to me.
Looks. Are you there? Are you in their house?
Well, what they put on social media, you know, you see kids from
That's
the
what you see on social media. That's what you see on social media.
Happily and all of that.
I think those things still happen today. So in that type of scenario, in that type of scenario, right? And you are coming from, as a lady, you're coming from a 1 man, 1 wife, 2 children kind of setting.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you're dating somebody like that, you do not expect that this guy is going to give you loyalty, except he has now rewired his mind to think of the disadvantages in that marriage and say, I don't want to
Annie
live
should have
with that.
expected this. It shouldn't be a surprise to her.
There have been previous scenarios, there have been previous news, you know, there was this Netflix series we watched too at some point where things like this was coming up.
It's still the same series, though.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah.
So they're continuing. I think she's ready for it. That if she wants, I mean.
With the look on her face, she's not.
But
with the way she ranted the last time that I mentioned, she is not.
So why is she
it's
still
affecting
there?
her mentally already. As at the time that we saw that rant that she came to do on Instagram, it's obviously affecting her.
Veronica, until an individual says by the person, until that person realizes that this thing is a big deal for me, I need to step out of this. Anybody else talking is just giving their own opinion.
Maybe she still has a bigger why to stay in the marriage.
And until she realizes for her, it may just be, this is the way God has destined me to live. Do you see? So
I think
it's even
people think that way, yes.
Yeah, to discuss more reasons why men cheat. Is it a case of dissatisfaction, discontent, biological reasons, or success? Because, you know, when men become successful, they tend to be more confident. They tend to be more confident, and they know that that success actually appeals to many women. So that's when you would...
How did you climb that ladder of success? How did you get to that point? No. How did you get to that point? Did you not get the right support from the woman that is with you right now that you're suddenly seeing has not been good enough for your status, or feeling that, oh, you're so successful, I feel this woman is not enough for me. You did not see her as that. You are suddenly now successful. You feel you move with certain persons that this woman that I have is not good enough. She cannot roll with me. She cannot meet up to that standard. I'm meeting certain people who meet that standard, and so I should find someone else. Is that what you're saying?
You cannot truly tell the character of a
I'm
man.
asking you brought something. I'm asking you. Answer me.
Well, to answer your question, as a man, you know your wife was there for you when you were actually climbing that ladder of success. Right. You know, it is expected of you. Any sane person would respect and love and appreciate the support system that they got, that helped them get to where they wanted to be. But then we cannot push away that reality that when men become successful, they tend to become more
I
confident.
don't think we should generalize because there are some
With
men
some men, yes, yeah,
who are
I take that.
successful
yeah,
and don't do that.
Yeah, when some men become successful, that's when they actually go for their spec because they think that they are actually they're actually more confident.
You're
to go
so right.
after the one that they have fantasies. Men have fantasies, so you cannot.
Not just men. Women have fantasies. Let's not forget.
Veronica,
Let's
But we're
balance
talking
it.
about why men.
I'm here.
Adedamola.
Thank you.
Adedamola.
Damola.
Damola. Sorry. Let me just even call you Damola.
You buy a cow.
Damola. That's why I say sometimes or most times that as your husband is climbing the ladder of success, you two women, please evolve. You can't say that you're busy taking care of the children. You see your husband going for MBA, you see him doing things, and there you are preparing children for school. When they go, you sit down and watch
Does she have
TV.
help?
Sometimes
See,
you have
as
help.
this man is evolving, your income is expanding. You know, you're beginning to get more resources because you're having more children. You're sending them to school. There's no award for best mother that, because even at some points, some children will say, Mommy, are you not going to the office? They begin to ask questions at some point. So as your husband is rising on the ladder of success, please, women, please, begin to do things for yourself.
Because that is attractive to a man too. You know, that thing of pride, that, look at my wife. That's my wife
When,
right
at
there.
some point, when he sees you and says that, I cannot try nonsense because she has her own.
Yeah.
She has her own means of income. If I try not, she can decide to stand up today and she'll be fine.
Yes, absolutely.
Do you see? But when a man thinks that, I want to buy something, you're depending on him. I want to do this one, you're depending on him. He knows that whatever it is that you do.
Yeah, but there are still some successful women whose husbands still cheat on them. Do you know? Yes, and then some of them actually make excuses that, she was too busy, focusing on her career.
That's the balance to it.
Yeah, I need some.
Which would you rather prefer? Being successful and having to live or being broke?
Bottom line is the woman should evolve and then ensure she gets help when necessary so that her home is not lacking, her job is not lacking. Home front is everything to bring some balance to her life as it stands. Yes, men have reasons for cheating, the ones you have mentioned. Where you need to have conversation as a couple, if you feel that you are dissatisfied. I am an advocate of having conversations. If you feel you are dissatisfied with certain things that I'm doing and it's causing a strain in our relationship, call my attention to it and we'll talk about it. It is where I am not being reasonable. Then you can now call maybe someone I respect so much that if it calls my attention to it, I would listen. And I believe every couple should have such persons in their life that that if I mention the name of this person, my wife will calm down and listen to me. If I mention the name of my husband will calm down and listen to me. And then we resolve issues. Because at the end of the day, oftentimes this thing we call polygamy or what we call cheating and all has its impact on the children at the end of the day. What kind of morals are we passing on to them? Because it is what they see you do that they take on in their future.
Most kids from polygamy, I'm from a polygamous home. So I knew how it was, growing up. It can be chaotic. 1 minute you guys are all nice, charming, and then the next minute, noise from everywhere. So, yeah.
Yes, we have a comment here.
Yes. Okay, because we need to quickly wrap up.
From Benedict also. It says, I have been married since 2015, and my wife is currently running a PhD in school. And from the onset, the one and only problem I've always had with her is the manner in which she talks to me. And at times, it goes on to say she's very arrogant and rude. Whenever she tries to address an issue, and this drives me nuts, and we have argued this countless times, are you blaming me for breaking out to look for who to
find solace in?
He didn't finish, yes, but I just assume that's what it is. Are you blaming me?
So how he puts it across to her also matters. If we say we have issues, how you put it across to me matters, such that I can see reason with you that, okay, this matter, we need to address it. But I just empathize with you, Benedict. I hope that you find someone who you can talk to, perhaps a therapist who can call you both together
But you
to
see, he
address
said
this
it's
matter.
been from day one.
So he knew that she had that
that they didn't
matter.
call.
So they didn't have that conversation,
Yeah, they
perhaps.
didn't,
But now
discuss
you
it.
have found yourself in this situation. What do? We need to move forward. So that's where it is. Find a therapist to address this
And
matter. If you
women
cannot
too,
have that
you know,
conversation.
spice up your marriage. You know, don't just be boring.
All
Don't
right.
be boring.
We need to go on a break. When we return, we'll continue our conversation in the studio. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thank you for staying with us. Now, today we will be looking at marital tragedies, especially amongst Nigerians in diaspora. Why does it look like solid marriages here in Nigeria can barely stand the test of time the moment they relocate to developed countries to seek greener pastures? Because it just looks like in a bid to make ends meet, the Japa syndrome has torn a lot of homes apart. And joining us to speak on some of the foundational issues of this ugly trend and to help us analyze the situation critically is a marriage counselor and lawyer, Tokwe Debo. Welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much. I'm most grateful to be here this morning.
Okay, before we go to this issue of marriages not standing the test of time the moment they leave Nigeria, let's quickly get your perspective to Two-Face's statement or position that men are wired to perhaps sleep with other women or cheat, even if they are married, that men are wired that way no matter how much they love their wives.
Actually, you know, in this part of this world we are today, most men cheat. The reality, see, I want to be real. Let's face the reality this morning. And as a Christian, me personally, I'm against cheating 100%. But reality on ground in Nigeria today, in the African countries, is that men cheat for a lot of reasons. Number one, you can call about spousal abuse. Everything is not about domestic violence alone. A lot of men are facing a lot of spousal abuse at home. For example, I have a client that told me he had sex with his wife last 14 months. The man was shedding tears in my office, 14 months. And the man told me that, that at this point he does not have a girlfriend. You know, but definitely I know one day the man will move outside and start cheating. And a lot of things, low self-esteem also is another point that most men, because, you know, an issue of inferiority complex in marriages. Because at the point whereby maybe the wife, you know, most Nigerian men, the problem they have is that when they see their wife doing very well more than them, they will be level of inferiority complex. Because of this African culture, men servant and relationship that we have. And then they will feel that, since my wife is, let me just go out and make myself happy. Also, the issue of peer pressure. When you move out, when the kind of people you move out with, your friends, your colleagues in the office, maybe after work you go out, you want to go and take good drinks and everything. And then look at this fine. A lot of reasons. And that's why even in the Bible, we have a lot of men that committed adultery, fornications, and lot more like that. And it can't stop now, it will still continue. But one thing is, I don't feel that no matter who you are, no matter what level, you just make sure take care of your home, be open with your spouse. Either the man or the woman, be open, 100%. Yeah. I think that will help our society.
All right. You want to ask another question with regards to this?
No. I was just corroborating what he said.
Okay.
You know, yeah.
Let's come back now to this matter of the Japa syndrome and why marriages are not standing the test of time. You have handled many cases, and I'm wondering what the common factor that runs through all of the complaints that you have had with marriages that break when they get outside of Nigeria. What is that common factor that you have found out?
Number one is financial stability.
Okay.
Financial stability, that's number one. You know, in this part of the country we are in this country today, most men, they are, you know, even the Bible says in 1 Timothy 5:8 that let the man take care of his own. That the man that does that is what an infidel. And that has become a norms, culture and values in our homes. Today, our parents, the point is let the man take all the bills. The man will do this, the guy want to feed gas, he want to buy rice, the man will do it. But the moment they step out of this country and the women see, oh, this is a beautiful environment, beautiful life. Oh, I can earn my own money, I can start on my own. There will be problem. At that time, the man will feel insecure. What is happening? With this thing doesn't happen in Nigeria. Or why is it happening in UK? At that time, there will be arguments. Any small thing can lead to domestic violence. At that time, there is no way, two-way things. The marriage will scatter. No way, two-way things. A lot of things. Peer pressure, new environments. At that time, most of those couples that left Nigeria to UK, they are away from their family. In Nigeria we are today, even at the point when you get married, your parents will still culture you, they will still talk to you, oh, don't do it. But here, when you get to that place, nobody talk to you. And that point, a man has dependents on his own as family members. Also, the woman also has dependents that you must send money to. All these things will affect the marriages. It just takes the grace of God for them to understand. Come, this is a partnership in progress. Let's come together and sort issues out. I was in UK in January and February. I went to visit my younger brother, who is a medical doctor. Me, my 13 years of marriage, I don't carry babies. Even my own children, I have three. God be glory, I have 3 children. I will just be them afar. But when I got there, I had to babysit. They gave me baby to sit down and start babysitting for them. Because in that place is a partnership. His husband and wife must join things together. Where the woman will go, my younger brother will go to work in the morning. In the evening, he will stay at home. The wife will go to work. Because they have to pay bills. But here is a different thing. When you get to Nigeria here, the man will do everything. Like he's somebody that wants to die. Everybody, he will start sorting things out. But in that place, a man alone cannot pay bills. A client called me 2 weeks ago. He's a student. He got a student visa to UK with his wife. A student can only do like 20 hours. Whereby the woman as a dependent has a lot of time to do. At that time, the woman has been the one paying most of the bills. The woman said she's tired. Not to 1 year. Not up to 1 year. She said she's tired of paying bills. That how will you be going to do the whole work and everything? I just have to advise the woman, say, come, madam, you have less than 3 months to go. Just face this. If you love your husband, sort these issues out. Those are the things that we are facing. That's why marriages in UK doesn't stand test of greediness. When a man is too greedy, maybe you have everything to yourself, you make money, the normal norms in Nigeria here today is that the man will make money, will take care of the family, you spend the rest outside. And here in that place, the woman wants to know everything that is coming in. The woman wants to know. They want to know, how much are you making? How much is your pay? But in that place, the man will tell you that I'm the man. It doesn't work there. It doesn't work. When I was there in 2011, I used to have a friend. Himself and the wife, they had issue in front of Tesco. What happened? The woman just called the police. Before 3-4 minutes, the police came and they picked up the man. It's just that. When the woman feels that, oh, I have a right, I can stand on my own, I can do things. Those are the reasons why the marriages in UK outside the country doesn't last. And that's why we want to appeal to all our couples out there. Understanding is key. Communication. Where there are issues, people should talk it out. Instead of bottling issues. A woman has been facing domestic violence in Nigeria. All this while, because she's a Christian, she doesn't want to go to divorce. Societal norms, people will criticize her, family and members, everybody. Oh, maybe she has been stomaching it. She will just put a fake smile. A fake smile. Oh, happily married life with couples. The minute they get to UK and they discover that, oh, if you do this thing, I can call the police for you. I can call the police for you and they will be here in 2 minutes. Then try it and see what happens.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Debo. You mentioned the fact that when you're in developed societies, the chances of you saying, putting your cards on the table to say what you earn is there because, you have to account for every penny that goes out and comes in. Why is that not the case here in Nigeria, such that when we now go to developed countries with jackpot, it now becomes the norm, and then now causing marriages to crash Because at the end of the day, you know, openness is one of the things we preach in marriage, to say, okay, you must be open with your spouse. It's not the same here in Nigeria, right? But when you get there, you have to be forced to be committed and to be open to your spouse.
Okay, thank you. Before I answer that question, let me just give a scenario of something that happened like 2 months ago. This man, they were both happily married for 14 years. You can say marriage of 14 years is not a day journey. Now the man is a man that is struggling, he struggled and sponsored the wife to go and do medicine in OAU, nursing, this OAU university there. You know, after that, the woman got the nursing certificate, they processed visa. The man was dependent, they got to UK and stuff. You know, one thing is that I want you to know is no matter how, women that are into medical line are more paid than men. Whether you like it or not, they are more paid. You know, whereby a man is working and getting £8, £10, £11, £50 per hour, whereby a woman is working and picking £19 as a nurse. Now, maybe at the end of the month, the man is bringing like £1,200, £1,000 on the table, and the woman is bringing £2,500 on the table. Man, there's no how there will not be issues at the point. Because the point is, the woman will tell you that I'm working for this money. And don't forget, that woman has families in Nigeria. Younger brothers, siblings that I need to send money to. At that point, the woman, the thought of men is that at that time, a woman will start exhibiting some traits. Oh, I'm getting more paid than the men and everything. Definitely, those are the reasons. And when the woman starts, you know, maybe friends, prayer, oh, madam, you have to give yourself sense. So this is UK, this is not Nigeria. Whereby, you know, see, the point is, life in Nigeria and UK, they are opposites. It's not the same. It's not the same. And that's why a lot of marriages, when they get there, they scatter. And secondly, we cannot also rule out the role of agents. The issue of arranging marriages and everything. We see they are also contributing a lot to divorce issues. A lot. Whereby they will marry a man and a woman, they don't even know themselves. They will get there, they will start seeking for divorce. All these things are happening. These are not fiction. They are true life stories. They are facts. And you know, sorry, before I round up, in Nigeria today, you know, because of the men, the masculine, oh, you are the men, you are head of the home. I'm in charge of my family, in charge of my home. Definitely everything that goes out and comes out of my house, I must know. I must do that. Whereby the woman will be submissive. So that I don't want problem. Let me just take care of my children and everything. But the moment they step out of this country and they know they have this thing is, see, the moment a man knows I have power to do this thing, give a man power and money, you will see his real attitude. Thank you.
So, what role does expectation play in making a marriage or a couple's relationship crash? Because a lot of times I've heard stories whereby both couples did not really agree to relocate, but then they did it anyway. Or one party was actually expecting that, oh, as we are relocating, it's going to be all rosy. And then they get there, because most people who migrate do not go in legitimately. So they have to go there, hustle, do menial jobs, and they then realize that, oh, this place is not as rosy as I thought it would be. To what extent do you think expectations mar or make, marriages of people that have actually, migrated abroad?
Thank you very much. See, the point is, any couple that is planning to jackpot to leave this country, whether you like it or not, their expectations are always high. Always high. Oh, we are going to clean house passion. When you get there, maybe things will be rosy. A lot of people feel that they even plug the money on the tree. Until when you get there, when you walk from 8 in the morning and walk till 4. When I remember I used to work at Amazon those days. You know, when you get to Amazon by 7 o'clock, you only leave there by 4. When you walk and you have a lot of tears, then you appreciate money. Now, okay, maybe you are in central London, whereby you are paying like £2,500 per month. Your house bill, you are paying gas, you are paying other bills, TV license, parking space. Everything you do there, you pay for it. And that is why a lot of things, when they get there, the man will always be on their toes, working every day. and they will forget the family values. No time to communicate. No time to communicate together. No time for them to sit down and even it's only weekends. Sometimes it's more on Sundays. The couple will sit down. Oh, what's happening? Even the wife will cook the whole food for the whole week and put inside the freezer. The man will get to maternity time, will just microwave and sit down. There's no marriage majorly by God is a companionship.
Some don't even see each other and they're living in the same house.
I'm telling you, companionship. Okay, bye-bye, the man will go and work in the morning, come back by 7 in the night. By that time, the woman is already going out to go and work overnight. No time to sit down to spend more time together, to talk, even to pray together. And the Bible says a family that prays together lives together. Even though they don't even pray together. And that's why when you see a lot of things, you see that's why there's always high rate of divorce. Not really loud. Also, we have happily married couples in UK. Very much.
Yes.
They are there too. They are there. A lot of them, most of them, they are there and they are doing very well.
Yes.
It's just that you see, one thing is that marriage is understanding. I understand my spouse. There's no trust issue. There's loyalty. The loyalty is there. A lot of things are involved in marriage. And when the marriage is irreconcilable differences, at that time we always advise as lawyers to do what? To go for divorce. Oh, barrister, we cannot stay together again. Me living with this man is like me to go and live in the zoo. It's better let me just go on my own. A woman told me, sir, if I go with this man, I will die. Me as a person, I have to just tell the concept, man, please, it's better let it be for separation for the meantime. Let the woman just go to our family's house. Let's go be spending the time. A lot of issues that we are seeing on a daily basis. A lot of issues. And these issues are real. Sorry, before I wrap, let me just tell you a just minor story that I made a post yesterday. Is a couple, a man and a woman, happily married in Nigeria. The man, as someone that is hustling, struggling to make ends meet with the help of the in-laws. He had a very good in-laws that supported him with money and everything. You go to UK, after 1 month, come back and pick your spouse. That was the agreement. The man paid an agent's money, raised over 7-8 million. He paid the agent, the flight ticket, everything. At the end of the day, after a time for the woman to bring his spouse, on getting there, they already had a dependence. A spouse fixed with that man in UK. And the woman is living using his name and everything in the UK as a spouse. That's the work of an agent. At the end of the day, the man called me, he got angry, he said, "What can I say?" I just calm down. If you report to UKVI, they are going to two of you is an issue of two of you. We need to handle this issue very well. You know, those are the issues. And the agent had to fix somebody with this man as a spouse. And before this man can bring his wife to UK now, he must first of all divorce this unknown woman. He must divorce the unknown woman, and it's a process.
Wow.
The man is shedding tears. He's in my DM, crying. He doesn't know how to do it. He's frustrated, and because he even is still paying loan, paying money back, and now he has only 20 hours to work. How will he do it?
It's such an unfortunate matter, especially with this example that you just gave. But the question is, we can't stop couples from traveling as it stands.
Yes.
Those that want to travel and those that are there, we cannot just stop movement of persons. It's a natural phenomenon with humans.
Absolutely.
How should couples then prepare if they want to travel? What kind of conversations should they have amongst themselves when they travel, when they are planning to travel, and when they get there? How should they manage themselves?
Okay, thank you very much. There's a couple I had an encounter with. Before they traveled, they called me and I spoke to them. The husband said something. He said he knows his wife very well, and he knows when they get there will be issues. And I advised him one issue. I said, Tom, it's better. See, sometimes it might look so difficult. And I know that even if you start that process, there will be a family meeting on you. I forwarded a document to him. It's like a marriage agreement. Understand the memorandum, they call it memorandum of understanding the marriage. We decided it and gave the two couples will sign, understanding. And when they get there, you see, the issue of finances will be divided. All these things were so detailed. The issue of properties, any property that they have together is for the Mr. and Mrs. And you know, this amount of money will go to the family of Mr. A, this amount will go to the family of Mr. B. It was a very comprehensive understanding, which we did for them. And not for honesty, both couples signed it. The point is, let the two couples, before they plan to travel out of the country, let them be understanding. Two of them must sit down and see, madam, what are our expectation in UK? What are we going there to do? What are the understanding? Okay, fine, assuming this, assuming that. What are we going to do? And see, let me tell you, we are humans. No matter the level of trust or understanding that we are into in marriage, don't forget that the place we are going to is a different society entirely. Different people, different laws. For example, here in Nigeria today, if you are married, you know, they say, I've never come across any law. They say, you know, there's no rape in marriage. Oh, my husband raped me in marriage. I don't think there's any law to that. But in UK, there's a law to that. In Nigeria, you can only sue. You can sue your husband for afterthoughts. But you cannot sue him for rape. Oh, maybe I'm tired and I don't want to have sex. Maybe your husband says, by force, by fire, let me do this thing. But here, there's no law. But in UK, there's a law against it. You know, the laws are not the same. Societies are not the same. Even peer pressure, the friends you have in Nigeria will be quite different from friends you're going to meet in UK. They are going to be different entirely. At that time, everybody will feel, oh, this is my right. This is what I can do. No, that's my own right. And after all, we are both working. We are both making this money. The point is, a man cannot make the money alone unless the man will kill himself. That's why you see men die early in Nigeria. Men, they die early. You see men, 40, 50, they are already dead because of the pressability. Prayer. And you know, in Nigeria today, whereby if a man is making 100,000 naira in a month and the wife is making 150,000 naira, the budget of that one is based on 100,000.
We can absolutely understand, right?
But outside the country, it's not like that. The man will raise issues.
I see what you mean. Yes, Mr. Debo.
Yeah.
Mr. Debo, very quickly, we know that Nigeria is communal, meaning that when there's a child, for instance, a child is born, we have a mother-in-law coming to, you know, look after the child and all that, which may not necessarily, the cost of bringing in family members to help or people to help is lower in Nigeria than in the UK or in developed countries. Could that be a possible reason for this issue that we're currently discussing today, whereby we don't, people abroad do not have the help that readily exists in Nigeria?
We want you to quickly respond to that. We have run out of time, so in 20 seconds.
Thank you very much. Let me, 20 seconds. The point is, now, I told you, I made an example earlier on, that when my babies were growing up, I'm not the kind of person that sit down and babysit. But the point is, when you get outside the country, you're going to babysit, number one, house chores, washing, take care of the home. It's not the wife alone. The husband must contribute. Taking baby to daycare. I told you, my younger brother in UK, who is a medical doctor, he will go to work in the morning. The wife will go, two of them alone, just two of them in the house. The wife will go in the night. It will be the husband that will be with baby overnight.
Unfortunately, Mr. Debo, our time is up, unfortunately. We must thank you, marriage counselor and lawyer Tokwe Debo, for your time on the program. This is where we need to draw the curtains on the program for today. That's the much we can take, but we must thank you for being a part of the show.
Thank you.
All right, is there any message on YouTube that we can quickly take? If there's none, we have to just wrap things up here.
So people are just basically just bantering, you know,
amongst themselves.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is where we'll draw the curtains on the program today, ladies. It's been an interesting one. Well, thank you for being a part of the show, people. We'll see you next week. Until then, bye for now.